Hi, this is Boss Graham, organizational architect for Interactive Consulting Group in Memphis, Tennessee. I just wanted to share with you a little thought that I had last week. I had a client ask me, said, Boss, why do you spend so much time developing leaders? Is there other things that you could be doing, so strategy and speaking and doing other things? And I said, that's a good question, and it really boils down to an experience that I had back in my days of turning around companies. After I'd been in the banking industry for 13 years and was very much into numbers and finance and that sort of thing, I went into the turnaround business of helping companies put their business back together. And it was during that period of time that I ran into a very unique situation that actually educated me on the importance of leadership. And I really took that to heart. And let me just share the story. I had two companies that came to me in dire financial stress. They were basically going out of business. One was in South Louisiana and the other is in East Texas. While their markets did not overlap, I decided to put the same plan into place for both companies. It was a proven plan and it would work, and based on their circumstances, it should be a no-brainer. But an interesting thing happened. We implemented it, and one company turned around. It was highly successful. The other company stutter-stepped for a while and continued its free fall. Let me tell you, that caused me a lot of grief. I spent hours trying to figure out what the heck just happened. Why does one company survive and the other one fails? And they basically had the same problem, and we offered the same solution. So what happened? Why did it not work for both companies? And then, like a blinding flash of the obvious, it became quite simple. The difference between the two companies was not in the financials, it was in the leadership. The leadership, and primarily the two leaders, the owners who had all their money, all their wealth tied up in these companies, they were totally different. One was into blame. He was blaming his employees, calling them all kinds of really names. He was blaming his customers. He was blaming the economy. He was blaming the government, the taxation laws, anything that he could think of, he was blaming it. I'm sure I got blamed too. But that's the type of person he was. It was low character, and he was not taking responsibility or accountability for his actions. Also, one thing that really struck home with me is that he bragged about the fact that he had not cracked the book since he graduated from school. So he was not into continuous improvement. He was running his company blind, as far as I was concerned, because he wasn't updating his knowledge or skills. What might have worked 20 years before was no longer working, and it was no one's fault but his own. The other gentleman, on the other hand, he was different. He came to me with sincerity in his voice and said, Voss, this happened on my watch. What is it going to take for us to turn this company around? I'll do anything it takes to make sure that it works, as long as it's legal and ethics-wise. And he dug in on the plan, and he commenced to working, and he actually pushed the organization back on track, and it got out of the ditch and was successful for years. Last time I talked to him, he was doing quite well, and I was quite proud of him. Now, what this means to you and me and the world of business in that sense is that leadership is everything. If we don't have good leaders and good leadership within an organization, we have a serious problem. It's not going to change just because you want it to change for other reasons than integrity-based thinking and being accountable, responsible, and taking care of your people, which in turn takes care of your customers. It's a very simple process, yet only true leaders are able to negotiate that particular journey. So with that, I want you to think about yourself, your organization. How is the leadership structured? What's going on? How can you improve the leadership? What levels of continuous improvement are you involved in now? Do you have coaches to keep you current in information? Do you have, are you reading? You don't have to read a book. You can read your Kindle. It's still a book, but in digital format. But read is great. Leaders are readers, and I encourage you to spend some time. You can tell leaves are falling. Anyway, all right. With that, I'm going to let you go for the day in this video before it gets to 6 minutes. You take care. Have a great day.